deliveries to the needs of the people.
Dauda Fadera, Permanent Secretary, Personnel Management Office, said Public Act 1990 empowers his office to undertake capacity building exercises for the public service, for which the Gambia Armed Forces is a key member.
Without security, stability, peace, no other sector of the economy will work.
This training is the latest funded by the Personnel Management Office in a bid to build the capacities of the country's teeming workforce. For GRTS News, I am Aisha Tomane.
You can monitor GRTS Radio live on our website at www.grts.gm. We'll be back with more stories after the break.
It's traditional that your national GSM provider, Gamcell, takes many of its valuable customers to Mecca each year. This year again, Gamcell will offer 10 more of its valuable customers a complete Hajj package in a draw to be held live on GRTS television. Yes, your Hajj is possible by simply loading $50 scratch card or Nopal. You can win not only a return ticket to Mecca, but also $1,000 travel allowance, food and accommodation in Medina and Mecca. Remember, the more you load $50 scratch card or Nopal, the more you increase your winning chance. With Gamcell, your Hajj is now easier. Gamcell, Yai Baron.
Thousands of people have been made homeless in Niger following torrential rains in the country that forced buildings to collapse. The Niger River burst its banks, sweeping vast areas of the country in its wake. Many homeless families are forced into the streets as the army leads efforts to resettle desperate people who are seeking help. We have details in this report.
La Morde on the east bank of the Niger River in Niamey is just one of the neighborhoods heavily damaged by flooding, the result of weeks of torrential rains. Houses have collapsed, others are on the brink of caving in.
We cannot sleep here. Really we can't, it's dangerous. All the houses around us have collapsed.
Thousands of people are homeless, forced into the streets only with what they could carry. Thanks to the army, we were at least able to save our bags of belongings.
We're going to the school. It's the only place we can sleep. There's nowhere else for us.
Schools have been opened for those families who have no one to take them in. This woman with her 4-day-old child barely got out of the house before their roof fell in. Late in the evening, homes were still collapsing. The number of homeless continued to rise. Right now, 3,559 families are homeless. 1,200 homes have collapsed, and another 1,560 homes flooded. They could collapse any time. Niger never saw its river flood so high in 50 years. There was no way to prepare for this disaster and no way to stop it. The levees caved in. Homes were swamped. Authorities now fear diseases from the dirty water could wreak havoc in Niamey.
Saudi Arabia has been one of the loudest critics of the Syrian regime's brutal crackdown, and now the kingdom is donating a lot of money to Syrian opposition groups. The Saudi pledge comes as activists inside the country are reporting more bloodshed. Reports say more than 170 people were killed on Sunday alone. CNN senior international correspondent Nick Robertson reports on the new Saudi initiative aimed at fast-tracking Assad's fall from power.
Hosting an Islamic summit in Mecca last week, Saudi Arabia's King Abdullah demanded and got backing for Syria's rebels from almost all 57 member states. It's not the only way his wealthy desert kingdom is trying to undermine Syria's president. Over the past few months, Saudi residents have raised almost $500 million Saudi riyals in cash. That's almost $150 million for the Syrian cause. Much of it donated during a 5-day telethon. A lot of the rest placed in a bank account here at this Saudi bank. It's all carefully monitored by the Saudi Ministry of Interior so that none of the money falls into the hands of extremists.
Yes.
And that's where these Syrian men I meet come in. All members of the rebel Syria National Council, SNC, all residents in Saudi, all trying to help the cause back home.
We are asking to support the Free Syrian Army with the weapon.
But even they are ringing alarm bells. Controlling who gets what of the aid money among the myriad rebel groups is getting harder.
And the feeling now inside Syria that those extremists, they are coming here to help us, okay? And this feeling, it makes this extremist my friend, okay? So it's not enemy now, it's my friend.
Among Assad's targets, hospitals figure high. 38 destroyed, 149 clinics too, according to a UN report. Saudi's Syrians sending in medical supplies are working hard to show transparency.
We ask for videotapes, for pictures, for some kind of documentation. They cannot really send receipts and bills.
Inside Saudi, government-monitored donation centers like this are at the start of the accountability chain. The Syrians can't go ask Saudis for money themselves.
So whoever comes to us, we refer them to those groups, to those organizations or the relief groups, and they help us. We met with medical companies that produce or make or collect gather the field hospitals. We present those projects to the local or governmental organizations here in the country.
The system is working. Over 50 medical clinics inside Syria already up and running. Now the move to light mobile trauma kits as fixed hospitals are increasingly hit. But their most pressing need, no amount of money can fix.
The newest trend that we're seeing is that they do get some supplies over there, but they need physicians. At the beginning, they didn't ask for physicians. And now they ask us, please, we need people to come in and help.
But even here, the Saudis' king's men are stepping up. Activists say they are told the kingdom's doctors will come help them.
We now take a second break. News and sports is up next.
Thinking of financing and investment opportunity or simply a reliable banking partner? Zenith Bank Gambia offers you just that. Zenith Bank, West Africa's biggest bank and financial service consortium, puts people first through excellent services and up-to-date technology. With a wide range of banking products and services, including Western Union, RIA, Money Express and MoneyGram Transfer, Zenith Bank prides itself with excellent and efficient customer service delivery with branches and partners around the world. Ramadan Mubarak from Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank, a truly Gambian partner.
Welcome back. Tennis star Roger Federer has continued his amazing form this summer with some stunning display to beat former world number one Novak Djokovic at the Cincinnati Opens. The matchup is a dress rehearsal for the tennis players ahead of the US Opens. We have details of that story in this report.
Been credited for his fantastic recent form, the form that took him to the world number one, but I'm not sure bagels had anything to do with it. He met up against Roger Federer in the final of Cincinnati, and it was Roger Federer who's really hit fantastic form with just a week to go until the US Open. Federer raced to the first set, barely before Djokovic had even got his racket out of his racket bag. 6-love in less than 20 minutes. He did put up a little bit more resistance, Djokovic, in the second, lost that one on a tie-break. So it's left Roger Federer talking about a magical summer as he heads to Flushing Meadows. Of course, a summer that's seen him regain that world number one ranking. It saw him win Wimbledon and then take the Olympic silver medal. But of course, Djokovic will be the defending champion heading to the US Open. So you'd think he won't be giving up his title without a fight, Michael.
And from sports, a reminder of our headlines before we go. President Jammeh has lashed out at Muslims who commit heinous crimes against people of the same faith. The Basic and Secondary Education Ministry has launched the $500,000 World Bank-sponsored New Jersey Center for Teaching and Learning project. The Niger River has burst its banks, forcing thousands of people living in affected areas to move to higher ground.